As you might have already guessed, the new game that I am working on, which is currently called Psychic Science, although the name is apparently always open to changes, is actually built from the same project file as ULTRAFUN. Using the magic of version control, I have reverted to a very old version in order to make some changes to a new branch of this old, free, and perpetually supported game. I wasn't that happy with how Voidling Assault turned out, so I'm making a few light changes. Some dialogue has been tweaked, and I'm experimenting with a new camera system and even a grid for the background. Also, I am finally listening to the feedback about the explosive voidlings that can just spawn on top of you and kill you instantly. And also, I've changed the voidling spawning rules to now be relative to the player, so instead of spawning in the center of the coordinate plane, they will actually spawn a reasonable distance away. The stats upgrades have also been changed to be 10 times more powerful than they were. To be honest, I'm not sure why I made them so weak to begin with. I think when the gold income was a bit higher, it was satisfying to go to the shop and purchase like 40 or 50 things at a time. But much like in real life, wages are down and it's actually better to be able to feel the effects of what you're doing. So the next thing that I'm worried about is the odd gap between levels 500 and 750. I mean, I didn't realize this before, but there's nothing there. Compared to the pace of the game prior to level 500, that is a huge slowdown. It actually explains why so many negative reviews have almost exactly like 25 minutes in the game, I think. Even more annoying is that it would be a huge pain to just shift everything down 250 levels, so I have to actually come up with something new that will non-disruptively fill that gap. My brief brainstorming over the weekend just yielded a few ideas for movement and traversal mechanics, so possibly a dash or a sprint or a mini-map of some kind. To be honest, a mini-map in a game where there is nothing anywhere is a little bit ironic, but I might kind of experiment with the idea anyway. In other news, I have been censored by the Welsh government, so I'm sorry to say this is the pace of development that you're just going to have to get used to. Either way, ULTRAFUN does need some work, so it's nice to be able to come back to it after such a long time. Also, not to put you out or anything, but the game is only possibly one review away from a positive rating on Steam. It seems a lot of people don't like 250 level gaps that take about half an hour to traverse before anything happens. But if you want to go leave a review on that game, please go ahead. The link is in the description. Anyway, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for next week when I will most definitely make another video regardless of what the government thinks of me. Goodbye.